The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Well, hello, one and all. Back to What's the Script with myself, Chris, and Craigie boy. How are you, Craig?
Very well, mate. Very well. On this fine Monday morning. Aye, I'm all right. You all right?
I'm tickety-boo. Cushy. All good. All green ticks. But but before we carry on this adventure that we're on, mate, just another thanks to Quaint for the music to start the old episode. If you've not listened to them, get them on the Spotify. Check out when their next gig might be. But yeah, by the way, see, I looked on their see on Spotify now how you can see like where bands' events are and all that.
Aye.
I looked at one of those, mate, and it says they were going to Portland.
Portland, USA?
Aye.
Jesus, man.
They fucking boys have cracked it. I don't know if it's true, but it was there at one point. So, but there you go. And again, shouts out to our buddies and the podding landscape there with the Seismic Cinemas, the Diabolical, and Breakfast Club. They're still in our thoughts and our hearts.
You're a constant source of inspiration and pride for us. You really are.
Just like to say, our Paul went to see Longlegs and found out the hard way that you should maybe listen to people when they say something shite.
Oh man, I know. It's so shite that he put it on their TikTok where we bit for the office. This is so bad. You're fucking right. It's so bad. It's the worst. I don't know where these critics come from. I don't know if they buy the fucking votes or something. It's rigged. Whoever says it's a good movie is not a real person. It's bad, man. So bad. I might actually get an ImDb and take it down another point. Thinking about it. Every time I think about it, it gets worse, man. Just this.
It's not so happy. Not so happy. But
it's miserable.
Again, maybe the horror landscape has moved on to what horror was, but it's so poor.
Well, I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be part of the new landscape. I'm not happy with that shite.
Exactly.
They can fuck off. Oh, speaking about horror, did you see the last instalment of Conjuring 4 is in the works, and it's going to be the last one, apparently, to tie it all up. I've seen that on Variety. Variety released that a couple of days ago. And I was like, ooh, scary biscuits, that.
Scary biscuits. Well, I should be all right there. But bring it up in a nice wee package there. So, but again, everybody, thanks for listening and sharing and liking and telling your buddies and telling your enemies and writing their names in places that they shouldn't be wrote and all that, you know, tattoos and we like the pictures of the tattoos you keep sending us.
Who's doing that?
Me, when I'm drunk, sending them to myself.
All right. All right.
But just a wee thanks to everybody for listening and still tuning in and all that. But before we get into this week's film, episode 3, Craig, what have you been watching?
Oh, not a lot this week, no compared to fucking last week anyway, I'll tell you. I'm up to date with House of the Dragon Series 2. Absolutely smashing. 2 to go. I think it's all going to kick off for these last 2. It's set up nicely because I think the last episode was a wee bit of a builder, wasn't it? The one after the dragon fight, that's a wee bit of builder. I'm not liking that eye patch motherfucker. He's like Joffrey too, that cunt. He's got plans and schemes, and doesn't like his wee brother that's like a tappy lasagna, that wee boy. So I watched that, up to date with that. I finished The Boys, absolutely smashing. Can't wait for series 5. Just I did end to watch it. Film wise, I watched all the Jurassic Worlds with the boys the other day, and we thoroughly enjoyed them. Even the last one that gets a fucking bad rap, Dominion, in it. Still made over £1 billion, and it's one of the ones that gets a wee bit better every time you watch it as well. And obviously, like yourself, I visited Yone's Cinema on opening day, and I'm booked back in for tonight actually for Deadpool and Wolverine, and it was fucking amazing, absolutely amazing. It was a 10 out of 10.
Aye. I echo exactly what you says. I went into that film kind of paranoid, thinking, "Oh no, is this going to be like fucking no as bad as let's see the Wolverine origin?" But I was like, "Is it going to be like that?" But it wasn't. Got everything you wanted for it. Plus, no spoilers, but see cameos and fucking wee nods to comics and the bygone era and all that, mate. It was fucking smashing.
Amazing.
Fully geeked out.
Oh, it's a geek fest. It was made for the loyal comic buying, Funko collecting, fucking t-shirt wearing, take a bag to the cinema on your own crew. You know what I mean? It's for all of us. I mean, even in our items, I'll put a wee spoiler alert before we air this episode, because there's some things I need to say about it, and hopefully by that time people have seen it. There's even things that are just coming to mind now, like Tiny Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
He jumps off that stool. It was funny and it was hilarious. And then now I've looked a wee bit more into it, and I've read that was a direct dig at the original Deadpool, who was meant to be a tiny wee cunt in the comics, and the fact that everybody lost their shit when Hugh Jackman got the role back in 2000 to say, "Oh, he's too big. He can't be Deadpool. Deadpool's not that size." So I learned something new about that. I thought that was fucking hilarious. You know what I mean?
Aye, because usually it's called a wee runt and all that. Know what I mean? Seeing the comics and shit. So it's good, man. It was ticked all the boxes.
The cameos weren't just fan service. Every one of them served a purpose in the story, which is all you want. It's not like what Disney have been doing with Star Wars and just fling fucking about Luke Skywalker in there, fling Darth Vader in there, and all that. Oh, you cunts a wee cheer up, and just Disney.
It's fucking. Well, like I said to you, mate, when I was in the pictures at Parkhead Cineworld, it could be shutting soon.
Oh no, it is. It is. I've seen the press release, unfortunately.
But when all the cameos come out, a guy clapped. You know what I mean? I don't know if it felt ridiculous because it went like, see the clap, like yeah. But it was like, I mean, I fucking get that feeling, mate. I'm not doing it, but I'm not doing it.
There was a guy right in front of me, just to my left, and I swear to God, when he first came in, I thought it was you. It was your spitting image, and then, like you've just said there, his reactions and fucking joy was like you sitting just down for me. It was in your mould, and he was fucking delighted about everything, and so was I. No, I clapped it. I think it was Blade, when Blade came out. I think it was when he said, "There will only be one Blade." I just kind of fucking lost my shit. Went, yes! The wee guy sitting next to us like, "You're fucking right there." Revels everywhere.
Fucking brilliant, man. But aye, good, man. Anybody that's not where to see it, go see it, because as it's. If you like the other Deadpool films, you'll like this one. Plus, if you're into like Marvel shit, then it's right up your street.
Oh, it's back to basics, and it's fucking smashing. And do not sully your first viewing with a cam copy, because they're out there. And don't wait for the stream, man, because I think this is going to be in theatres for longer than what usually they are. I think they're going to go for maybe the 90 days. Maybe see how it is at 60 days and maybe go for the 90. But apart from that, mate, what else did you watch this week?
There's such an array of delights here, by the way.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you know I was lying kind of hungover? So what I do when I'm lying hungover is I just watch films all day until it's time to go to bed. So we started off with Buck and Hare. That's Simon Pegg and Andy Serkins. Started after that. Then obviously I watched the film we're doing today, which is Backdraft. Then I got a wee Kurt Russell kick, so I watched the Breakdown. You seen that?
Oh, right. Aye.
When his wife gets kidnapped, I watched that and all.
That's right.
Practically a couple of the same cast that's in Backdraft were in that. So then I watched Fire in the Sky. Anybody that's seen that? It's based on a true story. Smashing film and also it is. And then I watched Arrival. That's the one, the big spaceships have arrived on Earth. I can't remember her name, and I should remember her name. She's the new Lois Lane in the Hang Me. The Henry Cavill films. Oh, she's like a linguist specialist, and she has to try and decipher what the aliens are saying and all this stuff. And then
2016.
I finished the night. Aye.
And her name, Amy Adams. She's the old Lois Lane.
That's it. Amy Adams. Big Forrest Whitaker's in it, I know.
So he is. Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner, I know. But aye, I watched that. And then I finished the night with Ready Player One. Because I've only watched it the once. So
I really like that. Film. There's just so much visual fucking stimuli in it, man. It's amazing. And even in fact, I think they're the right one. The boys driving the DeLorean and all that. Aye. I even like the concept of that, about the guy who invented it all with the wee specs and all that, and he's left Easter eggs to get fun, and I enjoy that film a lot.
Aye. But that was me. That was my delights there, you know. Because
you were all other place, weren't you?
I do. I go places. I go places on my couch. I go places.
I don't like going on holiday physically, but I like to, send my brain on a journey.
Aye. Well, it was a delightful journey. Don't get me wrong, Buckingham's a bit fucking but I couldn't start Backdraft before warming myself up. Know what I mean?
Aye. I thought I've seen Birkenhair. I thought Robert Carlyle was in Birkenhair, was he not? Was there another version?
There's maybe. This one's Simon Pegg, Andy Serkins, Isla Fisher, she's in it. Tim Curry's in it. And the big guy just died, Wilkinson. Can't mind his name. Christopher Lee's in it, I know.
Oh,
fucking old Christopher Lee. It must have been one of his last ones.
Tim Curry's in it. Diabolical will be all over that kind of film. They love a bit of Tim Curry.
Oh, yeah, Tim Curry's no shite. He's no shite.
Oh, no.
Know what I mean?
Very good. Very, very good.
But that was a recap of what we all watched. And if you've not watched any of the films, I suggest you go watch them, because again, they're good wee watchings, know what I mean? And if you've not seen them, why not watch them? Know what I mean? Why not watch them?
I know. You can sit and have a wee comment about it, know it. Just before we move on, my man, I just want to thank everybody who continues to follow us on the Facebook group group chat. We're up to 229 souls. Interaction's been really, really good, man. I'm trying to keep it going every day with something, and for the movie world, you know what I mean? YouTube, we're at 295. 295. Do we see another 5? Can you raise us to 300? Doesn't make any difference, but it looks nice. And our X account is 1765. Splendid. Thank you to all your souls.
Yes, and the lady TikTok, that's 3 away from 100.
Oh,
Oh, oh, beat digits.
Oh, you need to have a bit of networking, son. Just follow randoms. They follow you back.
That's what I done, mate. That's what I done. So it's gradually. But see, the thing is, anyway, it doesn't matter how many followers you get on that. I'd say unless you're ready to promote the TikTok, it stays at the same views. I think we've
I
already
know.
discussed this. Know what I mean?
As it's shite. It's very cliquey now. I think it might be getting taken off as the Western world shortly anyway, if the courts
Aye.
of law have their way. But it's very cliquey. See if you were to post a video of you like booting your pregnant wife in the stomach or something, that would make you famous. But when you've got nice, funny things or nice, family-friendly content, nah, you can't. Every cunt wants a drama, man. You know what I mean?
Aye. Oh, everybody likes that drama.
And by the way, I've not got a pregnant wife. All right, so don't come at me. It was just a euphemism, maybe a bad one.
But anyway, speaking of dramas, it was your choice this. Well, it was my choice this week from your list. So
Yes.
I ended up with, was it 1991? Backdraft. Tell us, Craig. What else happened in 1991?
Well, I tell you what, 1991 was quite the year. From Glasgow's point of view, it was just the year after we were the city of culture for Europe. It doesn't count because that was the year before. Movie-wise, in 1991, we were going to see such classics as Sleeping with the Enemy, JFK, Cape Fear, The Last Boy Scout, one of my fucking favourite films, by the way, might be on a list. Thelma and Louise, My Own Private Idaho, My Girl, Fried Green Tomatoes, that's one for the women, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and Buzz in the Hood, motherfucker.
Oh, I like Boys in the Hood. It's a smashing film, that.
Aye, they're all smashing films, actually.
Aye.
Cape Fear's fucking smashing. JFK.
Oh, aye.
I don't think I've made it through JFK in a wanny, to be honest with you, but it's an absolute classic. The
Aye.
events of the world were quite striking, though. I mean, the world was in turmoil in 1991, no more so than the Gulf, where President Bush Sr. decided to declare war on Iraq because young Saddam and his fucking mischievous moustache was fucking raping the oil after the Iranians there.
The moustache of me. The moustache of me.
Mischievous moustache. And in 1991, we also saw the release of the Super Nintendo game console, which was great. I remember dogging school many a day in Christopher Lee's house and playing the Super Nintendo, deciding who was making the coffee after I gave a Mario Kart and all that. Loser gets a coffee. What else happened about 2G cellular network was launched. It fucking amazed me because I never knew or thought India had a fucking cellular phone there.
Yeah.
And the World Wide Web came to life. So the first kind of email was sent in 1991. And then politically, socially, I saw, you didn't, you weren't born. We saw the collapse of the Soviet Union, the powerhouse of communism that was the USSR, get split up into all your own factions and wee countries like Georgia and Estonia and all that pish, you know what I mean? Ukraine, fuck. Aye. And lastly, music. I know I'm making this going a bit, aren't I? Music-wise, it was a big year for the KLF, who I fucking really enjoy, by the way. We had 3 AM Eternal, and another cracking song we had, I Want to Sex You Up by Colour Me Bad. Losing My Religion by REM. It Ain't Over Till It's Over by Lenny Kravitz. My personal favourite, and also the theme tune of Terminator 2, You Could Be Mine by Guns N' Roses. And the single of the year, outselling all, and actually had to be told to get taken off the chart list by the writer and singer, Everything I Do by Bryan Adams. Because that coincided with Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which was a big fucking deal back in 1991. It really was. And that was the year that was.
Well, tell you, mate, 1991 wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. You know what I mean? Communism breaking up. fucking Robin Hood. It's just, you just don't get it anymore. Simple
No,
things.
it's a great time to be alive. You know what I mean? That was great. I don't know where I was or what I was doing in 1981, but I can guarantee I was wearing a Scotland shell suit. So Italian 90 Scotland shell suit, which I bought and never had off my fucking back.
Aye.
That's what I've been doing.
I was germinating inside my mother around that time, you know, because I was born in the 92.
You were that lucky tadpole. You broke away from your trillion brothers and sisters.
Little did we know. Little did I know I was being born into the mundane fucking life that is society.
Oh, I know, mate.
No.
No. Let's not dwell on today because it could be a very different podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm going to say, you know. Apparently, my age group, we will possibly be working till we're 75-year-old. See if I'm still getting out of my bed at 5 in the morning at fucking 70. I will do myself. That's bogging.
I've no doubt you'll no need to get out of your bed. I think you might be sitting up in your bed to be plugged in to the fucking to something.
The Matrix.
To work that way. If your body's not physically able and your mind is, you'll be fucking doing something. That's horrible, man.
I thought you were going to go to the fucking the William Wallace thing there. And you'll be lying in your bed many years from now.
Aye, fighting you may die. Aye.
Fucking superb. Me and my bowl of salt. But anyway, we are back on the topic here. 1991's Backdraft. Starring Kurt Russell, William Baldwin, who we'll go into, Robert DeNiro, Donald Sutherland, R.I.P., Jennifer Jason Leigh, Scott Glenn. I like Scott Glenn. Rebecca De Morey.
I don't, but
Jason Gedrick and G.T. Walsh, who is always a bastard for some reason.
Aye.
He's a bastard's bastard.
Aye. Yes, a bastard. It's a great cast, mate. It's a great cast. I mean, look behind me there. If you're watching on the old YouTube, which I hope you are, drop us a like. Hit that like button. Why not subscribe? Cost you nothing. If you look behind me, you will see the three main dudes. In my opinion, we have absolute prime Kurt Russell. Scott Glenn, I think, is a great actor. Everything I see him in, he's smashing. And then we have, oh, fuck, man. We have William Baldwin, who we will get on to later. I just want to give homage now to prime Kurt Russell. This Kurt Russell, as I said during the text last night, is the closest I think I've ever came to fancying a man. He's rugged, he's ready, he's fearless, his fucking eyes are beautiful, his haircut's smashing, and he's built like a wee brick shithouse. Could rescue me out of fucking burning building any day of the week. Obviously, once I lose the weight, because I might fucking cripple him if he puts me on his shoulder.
Oh, mate, so you said that last night. I nearly pushed the bed, man.
Look at him.
Oh,
that wee face. That wee face.
Oh, what a boy.
But we'll get to them. We'll get to the cast later on.
The film is directed by none other than Mr. Ron Howard.
Richie
who
Cunningham.
does no bad at that directing stuff, know what I mean? Does no bad.
He's turned his hand at a couple of movies there. He's a good chap. He rescued what could have been a dumpster fire solo as well, didn't he?
No, he did. He did that.
Half directed that.
Yeah, it's half directed it. The money's side of things, as we usually do tell you, and according to the sources at the interweb that came into life in 1991, by the way, the initial budget for the film was apparently $40 million, and it brought in a nice wee chunk of change, $152 million.
Cha-ching.
So, exactly.
Cha-ching. Back in 1991, that's the equivalent today of £5 billion. There you go. £5 billion it made for a
Aye,
budget.
oh, just think of all the Nintendos you could have got back then with that. You see,
Oh, you could have. Oh no, it doesn't bear thinking about. You could have bought Nintendo for that and had change. I mean, 40 million a budget back in '91's a fucking hefty whack, by the way. But I know where it went.
aye.
Or as they used to say in the old Soviet Union before it broke up, 40 millions rubles.
We take this and not give you back. But tell us, mate. Give us a wee rundown of the plot.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to give you a rundown of the plot.
Loves to.
Oh, this is what I wait for every week. Two firefighters of Engine 17 of the Chicago Fire Department are brothers. That's nice. Lieutenant Stephen Bull McCaffrey, the elder, is experienced while Brian has laboured in his brother's shadow. Brian returns to firefighting after several other career falters, although Stephen has doubts that Brian is fit to be a firefighter. And that's a very small synopsis of what the film's about, because I will tell you all about it as we go on. There's a lot going on in this fucking film. I didn't realise it was over 2 hours long until I sat and watched it again the other night. It's never felt like that until you're actually noting it, you know what I mean? Then you can see. But there's another couple of things there I want to mention. I've been quite big on the cinematography for things the last couple of episodes, and this one's no different. Michael Salomon, doff my cap to you, sir. Hans Zimmer done the music in this film as well, which I wasn't aware of.
Hans Zimmer does the music to everything.
Doesn't he?
Go and check his wiki. Anybody that doesn't know, go and check Hans Zimmer's Wikipedia, and you're like that. Fuck's sake.
I think he's responsible for the music and the elevators of the world, to cunt. And the score for this film was a song called The Show Goes On by Bruce Hornsby. Check it out. It's a wee montage in the film when it kicks in and all that, and Brian puts a fire hose up to his face because it looks fucking smashed in slow motion. When in actual fact, if you put a fucking fire hose to your face, it would blow your face off. I don't know what.
Going to say that. I was going to say that. But, I mean,
also getting it's just no.
They use fire hoses to put down rioting mobs peacefully. Know what I mean? And he's here.
Looks magic. Do you know it was nominated as well for 3 Oscars? Sadly, didn't get any. I was that angry about that I didn't even look to see who did get them, but they never got them. They were nominated, and I can see why, for Best Visual Effects, Best Sound Effects, and Best Sound overall. So, always a bridesmaid, you know.
Aye. The nominations are definitely well deserved in that aspect, because I think it must have been groundbreaking stuff to do what they done with the fire in this film.
It was, and there is very little. There's about 5% that is CGI. It's all practical fires. It was all there. They had to put stuff out and run through flames, and it was fucking really well done. And even looking at it the other night for the first time in a good few years, so I've watched it, looking for, does that look all right, fake, blah, blah, blah. And I thought it stood up really good for a 33-year-old film. Thought it was great.
Aye, definitely, mate. It's because even in this film, see the way they talk about the fire. They make it like the fire's a creature. Know what I mean? Feel like a monster that's coming to get you and all that. And it's fucking like some of the scenes I know where it's like obviously fire like retracts and ends up the wall, inside the walls, know what I mean, of this building and all that shit. And it's fucking definitely well done.
But Bill, Ronald, and Shadow, they all make the fire sentient, like a sentient being. They all want to, they all think they know it, understand it, and they don't treat it as physics. Shadow says later on, it's not because of laws of physics, a fire's doing that, it's doing that because it wants to do it. No, that you're not. I've said before, I've got a fucking morbid curiosity with some things like Titanic, 9/11, and all that. Fire's always been one with me and all, because a bit of a fucking thing with a fire in my clothes when I was a wee boy, and it's always stuck me and blah blah. And then this film just kind of grabbed me. And I think it's the way that the three actors fucking talk about it, and it makes you as a viewer believe, aye, that's an animal, man. You know what I mean?
Aye, because it's even it gives you a kind of glimpse into the pyromaniac's mind and all, doesn't it? With Donald Sutherland.
Aye.
Although he's not in this film a lot, his scenes are quality, man. And
Oh,
you're like, you are a creepy bastard, by the way.
telling you, man, you hit the nail right in the head there. For the amount of screen time he had in this film, his delivery of the character that he portrays is fucking tremendous, man. Just how he can be taken out himself when Shadow just kind of goes to his parole hearing, you know what I mean, and fucks it up. I mean,
Aye.
everything, the parole's ready to let him out and all that. He's rehabilitated, and all Shadow has to do is go down and show him a fucking burnt doll. What'd you do that with your lassie shit? What'd you do? What'd you do? And he laughs, doesn't he? Because he's, that's no fair, Shadow. It's no fair what you're doing to me there. Oh, what did I do to her? I fucking burnt her. I burnt her to a crisp. And just takes him out himself because he knows his love for a, as you say, pyromaniac. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Aye. Aye, because even the way he describes it, I know. Even as the scene later on when he's talking to Baldwin's character,
Brian.
and he's just like, did the fire look at you? You know what I mean? And you're going, what the fuck are you talking? Did they look at you? And you see him like that. Oh, it did. And you're like that. Check where his hands are. Are they accounted for? Is he playing with himself?
I think they would have if they could fucking get the cuffs off. He refers to the fire as my animal. You know what I mean? Did my animal. And then when he's talking about who's setting these backdraft fires, he went, whoever's doing this doesn't love my animal. You know what I mean? They don't treat it with respect. They don't want it to burn. They don't enjoy what they're doing. Fucking you did, but didn't you? You fucking you had a right angry wank at a couple of fires, you kid.
Aye, mate. Aye, but like what did they say? See when he's on screen, mate, his character is proper fucking creepy and makes you think, oh, here you are, fucking, I don't like you. You know what I mean?
It did. They scared me when I was younger. In 1991, I was 12, 13, and it did. They frightened me because it just did. It just shows the power of a good actor. Very little screen time, such a big delivery. Even when Shadow and Brian walk in the door, he's sitting in the corridor and he goes, Shadow, Shadow, hello, Shadow. You're like, who's this? Who's this guy?
Fucking evil man. But as 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 good as Mr. Sutherland is, may he rest in peace. We have one of the Baldwin brothers, and by God, how did he get there? How did he get the film?
I don't like shitting on a lot of people or actors and all that, right? I know I've done it, but I don't like to do it. I don't like to call them to shite at their job. But I thought the worst casting in the world was the lassie that got the part is Willie in fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark. No Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, because she was pumping the director, right? So that's how she get the fucking part. That she's been nothing else ever since. But William Baldwin, I just no. As I say to you last night, I think his stock was kind of high at this point. He was a lead guy in Sliver, which was an old film with Sharon Stone about, I think it was a landlord that had cameras in all the houses and all that, and there was a bit of sex tension and all that shit. And he was in one of the guys in Flatliners, the original Flatliners, where people lost, like they all died for a wee while and then came back to life and broke their past with him. You know what I mean? He was in that. But he's just.
Kiefer Sutherland was in that.
He was. It was a smashing film that he get battered fuck out by a wee boy, remember? And I think William Baldwin's character was just all his exes on videotape. It was fucking so weird. But I could look at, he's there, right? I can look at him and see why he was cast as a for a looks thing, but
Aye.
I just don't like his acting at all. He's no the most talented of the Baldwin clan, shall we say. There's a bit in this, I told you, no long after the start, and he goes up to Stephen's house and he walks across the grass and your eyes are instantly drawn to his foot thongs.
Aye.
What the fuck are you wearing, mate? For
Mate.
anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's the flip-flops with the wee bit that goes between your big toe and all your other toes. It's like a foot thong. And I hate your guts, man. You've not got a chance with me. I don't care how good a guy you're. I reckon if you appear with the foot thongs
Mate.
on, mean you're finished, man.
It's just, mate, I see even that scene like you're talking about, see his acting, mate, it's painful. It's painful, man. It's like, I don't know, what is he trying to do? Is he trying to, hey, I'm your uncle. Hey, come here, buddy. I'm like,
it's like he got it's like he got the line rang and he kept it in. Everybody knows it's badges. We don't need no stinking badges. But he says, he puts his hand in his pocket and pulls out imaginary something. And then he says, spinach. We don't need no stinking spinach. And quite rightly, the wee boy shakes and goes, Mom! Runs away. And then he's standing there, hey, what, come on, what's going on? Fuck you.
Mate, he's like, he's just on screen shouting words, mate. Like, the face doesn't do it, and there's nothing. I just, and there's a there's a lot of it. There's a lot of it in this film when he does things. Like, I think he's supposed to be showing like, see when he's talking to Shadow. Listen, mate, I'll do anything to do. I'll do anything when you tell me when to do it, how to do it. Just show me how to do it, and I'm like,
aye.
I'm not convinced with you one fucking bit.
No, not at all. I mean, he's so poor. But for all the brilliant fucking writing in this film, there's a couple of right odd choices. Brian's fucking, he was in 17 for about 3 days. Then he fucks off to work with Shadow. And then he appears on the day that Tim gets injured and he's in Clay's and he starts, hey, what's going on? What did you do? You're like, get to fuck, mate. You don't work with us. Get to Paul. What are you doing?
Fucking jog on.
Aye, and then even at the end, when Axe and Bill are on the roof, the big reveal, Bill and Axe are going at it. He appears on the roof, starts to get in the conversation, and fucking Scott Glenn quite rightly goes something like, you fuck off. Shut up. You know what I mean? Get in here.
That actually wasn't in the script. It was just, mate, get to fuck. We're acting up here.
Aye. You're fucking up my Oscar nomination. Give me back. Get to fuck. So it was a very weird choice. The first, I said to you last night, there was a million other actors could have been cast as Brian. I instantly just gravitate to Keanu Reeves. I don't know why. I just think he'd have been a better fit. Nor that Christian Slater, fucking who else was big in the time? All they kind of jobs. Brad Pitt actually fucking knocked it back. So he did. So that was a shame. And I don't think Brad Pitt's the world's greatest actor, but
well, apparently that was another thing as well. Kurt Russell only heard about the part because Tom Cruise told him about it. Because Tom Cruise was trying to get Kurt Russell into, is it Days of Thunder with him or something? I was like,
that's right, aye.
Even we, Tom would have been fucking better in there.
It's amazing to hear anything after Tom Cruise, because you must have to be some runner to keep up with the bastard. He just runs everywhere.
Oh, mate, I seen a stunt for the next fucking Mission Impossible film, mate. Fucking that guy's got a death wish, man. He's got a death wish.
Fucking finger clamping an upside down plane, hanging out it.
Aye, while a helicopter's underneath him.
Aye, I think you're right. If he does go out, leave this mortal coil, I think he wants to go out in a puddle somewhere.
Aye, it's fucking. Oh, well, power to him, mate. Because you see the films, they're fucking tremendous.
Oh, definitely.
Aye, fucking jailbait. But
can I ask you, right? I mean, this is it's on my list. It's one of my all-time favourite films. It just is. Sometimes you've got no excuse for a film. You just love it for And as I say, I've got a wee bit of morbid curiosity with fire, and I think the explanations and the acting in it are quite good. And I think the plot's fucking solid as well. But what's your history with this? Had you seen it before? Is this your first time in a long time seeing it?
Oh, I had seen it before, but hadn't really paid like much attention to it. Know what I mean? And it's actually messy the minute I worked with you
Up in a week.
and you spoke about it. I've watched it. Know what I mean? So I think that's maybe been the fourth or fifth time I've watched it now, and I get it. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's action, good acting by some. Know what I mean? It's just it's all the pieces, and like you say, see the whole fucking if or you'll get a fascination with fire and all that. Because I'm curious if this inspired other people to go become firefighters after it.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is that thing, you know what I mean? Like if everybody watches fucking Rocky, the next thing, that's it. I'm doing the boxing.
Aye, that's me. I'll wait for the milk breed. Aye, listen, I think it would. I totally think it would. When I say I've got a morbid curiosity about fire, a wee disclaimer for everybody listening and watching this podcast. I don't mean I sit and I like toilet paper and fling it out the window and watch it and all that, right? I don't mean that. I just mean I've got a healthy respect for it and it frightens me. That's what I mean. I'd love to understand more about it. I know the science behind it, but the way these guys portray it as a sentient being that knows what it's doing. I mean, there's a bit when Bill runs up the stair, the fire flashes, and he turns to Brian and goes like, don't let that take any, it's bullshit, man. Don't let that date to you. Brian's like, huh? See what I mean?
Aye. Oh, definitely, mate. It is a smashing film, and it's got a massive following. You know what I mean? It's well liked, so it's no shite. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Well, so much so that we got a backdraft too, but I don't think anybody's watching that.
I don't think anybody has watched it. No, I've certainly no. I'm gonna, but just for morbid curiosity, I want to see how bad it really is, especially knowing that. Right, I kind of know how bad it's going to be because fucking William Baldwin's in it, isn't he? But Donald Sutherland reprised his role as Ronald, so I'm interested to see what he does, and I'm also very interested to see what they done budget wise because I'm guessing that they cut right back on the pyrotechnics and the effects and all that to make it maybe bad. But I mean, Kurt Russell, Kevin Casey, Scott Glenn, William Baldwin in this one, they did all their own stunts. Stunt coordinator Walter Scott was so impressed by their performance that he listed them all as professional stunt performers after this movie.
There you go. A wee seal of approval there. Because apparently they all went to firefighter training, I know. Know what I mean? Because you just can't be running about fucking into flames and.
Oh no! You can't just be running about you can't just be running about in fire and shit like that. I wouldn't advise that.
And apparently they were made special suits because when they were filming all these scenes with fire. Know what I mean? So just wasn't your average fucking firefighter suit. They had to be made special ones apparently. So.
Aye, I mean the good thing about this movie, how it was written by Gregory Wyden, and he was a firefighter for 3 years. So the film's based on the death of a friend he actually lost in an actual backdraft. Because backdrafts as a thing weren't recognised, but they are a real form of arson and assassination. Actually, they can happen naturally with the right elements, but they've been proven to be quite a sadistic way of getting shot at people.
Aye. I know, and doesn't get rid of them. But see the film, right?
Yes.
Anybody that's not seen the film, it's people are getting bumped off that, and you don't know why, sort of thing. Know what I mean? But as the story unfolds, it turns out one of the firefighters is killing people because they made up this fake, let's study, and it was cutting down firefighters. Know what I mean? So, see, although you're not supposed to like the baddie, I fully understand the motive, 100%.
Aye, totally. It's You remember at the very start of this film, probably get to that, one of my favourite scenes, Axe has been there for day dot. You know what I mean?
Aye.
And he eventually, spoiler, he eventually turns out to be the perpetrator of these backdrafts. And as Chris said there, these guys that he's murdering are the guys that are all profiteering off of firefighters losing their life because of deployed cutbacks and all that shit. So, aye, it's revenge.
Aye.
And it's understandable revenge. Because I've no doubt that some of the firefighters lost over the years are probably ones he's worked with, and he's just obviously sick to death of seeing good men walk into situations undermanned and under-equipped, you know what I mean?
Aye. But that's it. You see different instances in this when they're fighting fires. And that is noticeable. There's no backup coming. You know what I mean? So it's again, it's the bastards. It's the bastards in the suits and the ties. No, we fucking trusted. But the motive for doing away with these cunts with fire, I'm fully behind. And it's the fires are that complex that they don't actually spread. Know what I mean? So it's like a boom and it puts itself out again. So
that's it. He's no interest, as Ronald says, he doesn't love his animal. He's no interest in watching the world burn.
Aye.
He just wants to do away with a fucker and turn off the fucking light. You know what I mean? That's it. Nobody else has to get hurt. It's only these bastards that are pushing the pens, and it's successful to a point. As we'll go ahead and find out. But it's a great. I think the plot, the story is great. The other good thing about it is I was very aware of the fact that I fell for the two red herrings in the film. One was that it was Alderman who was instructing the person to start the fires. Turns out it wasn't, and it was Stephen that was doing it. You know what I mean? And then I was like, hook, line, sinker, motherfucker. Back in the day.
Oh, no, the boy. No, the boy.
Nah, not the boy.
Aye.
Who's your brother, Brian? You are Stephen.
I guess you're right, mate. It does. It leads you down this garden path, shall we say? You go, oh yeah, but and then because what I said to you the other night, Kurt Russell's character, his life is just a totally fucking tragic. Know what I mean? You're like, you feel for the cunt. Know what I mean? Fucking Dad's deed. He's doing his best in his job, and they can't trust him. Don't understand what the wife's fucking game is. Know what I mean? She's hanging about with Jackson at the fireman's ball. Know what I mean? Like, fucking. Know what I mean? And then when it boils down to it, his mate is the guy that's fucking causing these fires. Know what I mean? You're just going. This...
And you wonder why I like his character so much. You have fucking a lot in common. So we have
but he's living on an old boat, living on his dad's boat in a fucking yard. Know what I mean? You're like that.
Aye. I wish I had an old boat. So I do, in a yard. My brother could visit with his fucking foot thongs and that, and I could just sit in my beer huff steam and go, what do you want? Yeah, you're right, mate. But he's a flawed hero, man. All he's got is his job and his work. But it becomes apparent that along with everything else that's fucking kind of fell apart in his life, his team are now starting to distrust him because he's so maverick. He's so this isn't going to beat me. The fire's not going to get me. He says that a couple of times in the film.
Yeah.
But he's starting to make a couple of rash decisions, and the team know it, don't they, man?
Aye, because it's what I say is it's kind of like pushing you to like, Steve is the pyromancer. Know what I mean? Just because it's like I'm going to be the guy to get these fires out. Know what I mean? So you're like, is he lighting them himself to seem the hero? Know what I mean? Plus the whole arguing with GT Walsh's character. By the way, see GT Walsh. What the fuck did he do in life? Just went, no, what? I'll be the baddie. I'll be the baddie.
Aye. Not only will I be the baddie, I'll be a baddie senator, or I'll be a baddie politician of some sort. Any other baddie's a bad baddie for me. I want to be in power, and I want to be a baddie. You know what I mean? He's a cunt, isn't he? He's a very unlikable guy. Which is testament to his acting, I suppose, and the roles he plays. He's probably a lovely gentleman if he's still with us.
He's fucking superb, man. But see, what was interesting on this film, right? Now, I always ripped the cunt, see, when it came to fires. How the fuck do you investigate a fire? But see, showing you deNiro's character, Shadow, and he's going through what places after they've been burnt out and finding out how they do things and all that. Well, that was interesting. Shining a wee light on it.
Aye, very. Kirking, see the way I say that? Yes, very. You know.
I can curse her.
No, it is, but and I think along with that, the whole film's a bit of an education. But when the guys are fighting the fires, the 17 veterans are instructing the probies, which is Brian and Tim, on how to do things and why they're doing it. And that's fucking educating you as a viewer as well to why they do these things and blah, blah, blah. So it's great. But deNiro, again, he's got more screen time than Donald Sutherland, but in the grander scheme of the film, he's not got a lot of screen time either, but he's a pivotal fucking part in this movie. And the way he describes that, the first thing you see is he takes a sauce bottle, I call it, full of gasoline, out his bag, and you're like, why are you carrying about petrol? Do you know what I mean? And he sprays it up, and then he drops his fag to light it, to instruct and show Brian about it. And Brian's kind of, well, Brian's fucking William Baldwin, so I would imagine he's trying to look interested, but he's just
Aye.
like that.
Aye.
And he says,
Again,
to
man,
understand the fire, first you've got to really love it a little bit. You're like, oh.
Aye. Well, you're being all mystical and sexy there, deNiro, like that.
Aye. But you're right, mate. I mean, he looks about and he just says this is the point of origin. So he's followed backwards to the point of origin, obviously, which is the socket, and then he's taking scrapings and finding chemicals and accelerants, and it must be a right interesting mode of employment. I'll tell you that.
Aye. I know, because I say that, I mean, because see, every time I fucking used to hear about it, how did the fire start and all this stuff, and you're going, how the fuck can you be walking into a building, right, that's decimated, it's charcoaled, you know what I mean? Fire covers all, you know what I mean? So it's like, this is where it started. How can you tell, Peter? Well, see the burn marks. The war's gone, Peter.
I mean, before I seen this film, I thought a wee guy just turned up at a burnt out building, looked about and went, it was fire. Aye, it was definitely fire on this. That's it.
That's what you get for having no thatched roofs, you mad bastard.
Did you write down part of the trivia about this film, about the marketing campaign for this? How they drew in audiences? Apparently, to draw audiences into the intensity of a real fire, a cameraman was outfitted in a fireproof suit and wandered through with flames and a handheld camera. So he just fucking wandered about the street on fire. I mean,
imagine that. That's your thing. Oh, do you want to help promote this film? I need bother. What do I need to do? Well, we're going to set you on fire and you walk down the road. Beg your fucking pardon.
Aye, your agent phones you. William, David, how are we? You're my favorite fucking client. Anyway, got this thing just come over my table. I think you'd be perfect for. Tell me more.
Call that the wife in the winds. Right, that's me away to my work. Start dousing yourself in petrol. Fuck's the matter with you?
What is about your dad, Stephen? It's mental. Many of the extras in the film as well, they were actually real firefighters of the Chicago Fire Department. A casting call was put out in a fire department memo prior to the start of shooting, and in addition, many suburban firemen participated in the funeral process as well at the end, which was smashing visually, by the way.
It was totes emotion, and I'm telling you, Baldwin sees wee tears at the end. He's had onion rubbed in his eye right before that. I'm telling you, man. There's no way he was capable of that. I'm telling you. Because I was like, maybe I've been too hard on that boy for his performance through this film, but the details are genuine, and I just went, no chance. Somebody has flicked him in the balls off camera. Is that sound?
I flicked him in the balls with a fucking catapult to get a fucking smidgen of liquid out his eyeball. Speaking of eyeballs, William Baldwin's eyes were melted before this film was made, folks. Just so you know.
Whoever heard
even
of a sad clown?
He says, William Baldwin actually says, even to this day, fire trucks honk their horn when they see him. There, aye.
See, aye. Oh, there's that William Baldwin boy. Aye,
that's just a disguise. Wanker. And my last wee bit of trivia I want to share with the audience is Robert DeNiro character Shadow. He's actually a real fire investigator, Don Shadow Rimgale. He's a real arson investigator with the Chicago Fire Department's Office of Fire Investigation. Dom Ringale actually appeared in the movie. Where? I don't fucking know. But he was in it.
Chances are he's a firefighter.
Or maybe he was in the investigator's office at some point. I like that bit.
Yeah.
I like that bit when he was shouting, scolding that firefighter.
Aye. Maybe that's him. Maybe that is him there. Possibly. Okay. Imagine getting shouted at after your own self.
This is so fucking weird, man. Why am I doing this to me?
Getting shouted at off myself being played by a guy that's no me.
I know.
That's a trip.
That's a trip. So what's some of your best bits, mate? Give some of your best bits.
Right, well, I've already touched it anyway. Donald Sutherland speaking about the fire as though it's an animal. It's just it's intense, creepy, and you're just like, fucking, what is going on with this guy? You know what I mean? Because, see, after seeing this, like, again, I think of this, what else could happen with these films, sort of thing? See if they would have made a film about trying to catch that bastard. What a film that would have been enough. But
see that conversation as well. He's having it with Brian, folks, right? Just in case you're wondering what bit we're talking about, but it's that bit. He's wanting to get an insight into like how 7-year-old Brian, what was going through his mind watching his dad die and all that. It doesn't say it, right? But it alludes to the fact that Ronald started that fire his dad died in.
Aye.
But it's never confirmed or denied. But Ronald talks about it as if he was what he witnessed it happening. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck, was that you cunt?
Exactly. I was thinking that and all because I thought it was going to be. See, the first time I watched it, I thought it was going to be like it was me that done it sort of thing, and Mad Brian was going to go.
Aye,
no, I mean, not my papa. But
how did you feel when I took your dad from you?
It's just that scene, and it's really down to fucking Sutherland's acting. It's tremendous. Draws you in and all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yet first you're just like, who's this fucking lunatic just talking pish? And then he's talking about how fucking like the fire, but it's his beloved, but even it go to him. You know what I mean? Oh, burnt my horn, burnt my hair. You know what I mean? Was it fucking like cheeky bastard? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
even when he says that, he describes it as if, but I took my eye off my animal for just a split second, and my animal turned on me. Like you say there, and my hair was on fire, and that's when I didn't notice it at first, but you notice, fuck, aye, he's got prosthetic fucking burns in his head and his hands. Jesus, he has been. And then it just describes about how then my hero came in, my shadow, and it lit him up so bright that it left his shadow on the wall. You're like, fucking hell, man.
Aye, exactly. Because like before that and all, you kind of see Shadow getting changed, and he's got these big buns down his back. Know what I mean? So you're just like, oh fuck.
Second week in a row. Second movie in a row, man.
I know. I was like, hey, this is the Bump Back Anthology.
Next film I'm going to do is called Burnt Back Mountain. Hey, hey.
Oh, that's a different kind of burn. That's chlamydia. But I again another scene I think is brilliant is the final fire, seeing the big warehouse. And it's just the way it's a bit where Baldwin's got the hose and he's fucking squishing away, and the next thing you just see the flame, see coming right across the ceiling, and you're like, oh, here, this thing is a fucking monster. It's coming to get us. Know what I mean?
Aye.
I was like, superb.
Amazing, mate, that last fire. And that's what we discussed it last night, texting one another. That was what the ride was in Universal Studios. It was that last fire. And it ran in Universal Studios from 1992 to 2010. And it was a big hit. And only started losing numbers when Backdraft 2 came out. It was that shite. But it's amazing. You're right. The film just makes you look at the fire the way these guys are describing it as a living, breathing fucking animal. It retracts and pounces at will. And for me, see the sound effects in this. I know the fire's got a screech, like a ghost, man, like a banshee. You're like, oh, fucking hell, man.
Nice.
It's coming for me.
This thing's coming to get you. But what about scenes about yourself, mate? What ones tickle your fancy?
Aye, the ones you've said. The whole opening of the film, when you see the young McCaffrey brothers and how their father dies, and it starts all triumphant and flag waving and just another fire, and the good father that is Daddy McCaffrey taking Brian for a wee change because Stephen's been to like all these fires, and it's all nice and it's all smashing and it's just a routine fire. And then the music changes. The music just changes for that jovial bit to that ghostly screech, and a puff of fire comes out the wall above the window where Axe and Bull are like thinking they've got it under control. And that's when he dies, man, and it just takes a pure sinister turn. Then after that, it's like slow motion, guy taking a photo of the wee boy. So it's a good opening. It's done quickly and it's done very, very well, and it sets you up for what's coming in the film. You know what I mean? I love that. I think it's great.
Aye.
What else? I have pluck one. Going to say the first fire. The first fire they go to again is a warehouse, and it's full of action, full of pyrotechnics, full of sound effects, and it's Brian and Tim's first fire with the 17. So you're getting a lot of instruction, a lot of why it's happening, what they're doing, and you're watching Bull at work. You're watching Kurt Russell talk about the fire, like watching it, saying it's in the walls and all that. And you're like, fucking, how's he know this stuff? Then he rescues somebody, and then Brian thinks he's fucking rescued somebody, rescues a mannequin, and it's after that fire, Stephen jumps down the boxes towards Alderman, and you then understand what the fuck's going on. Hey, Alderman, how you doing, buddy? Fucking, you missed it. You missed the belter. Know what I mean? We're in there, we're fighting it, we've just got it, we're just about to lose the whole damn fucking company, but we can't get 33 because you fucking shut that down, didn't you? But that's all right. You know what I mean? That's great.
What you like? Aye. That's when it starts planting that wee seed, isn't it? That maybe the Kurt Russell character's the fucking the bad man. But see what's good about this film and all? I don't know. Maybe you go to it, but it's like a sense of brotherhood with all the firefighters and all.
Correct.
Know what I mean? I know you usually get it in like fucking cop films and soldier films and all that, but I think this is maybe the first instance yet in like a firefighter kind of aspect. Know what I mean?
Aye, correct.
Oh,
this is filmed 10 years before 9/11, but it's hard not to gravitate towards 9/11 when you're watching this, because again, I've got a fucking curiosity about it, and it must take balls that I've not got. Do you know what I mean? Or I don't think I've got anyway to run into an unwinnable situation. Do you know what I mean? There must be times that these guys know, I need to get in here. I don't think I'm coming back out. That's what a fucking gift to have. Might be a gift that's fucking no great for your own safety, but putting your life before others just to try and do a bit of good. So got a fucking healthy respect for the firefighters. I really do.
It's just the whole, like, obviously after the first fire and all that, everybody's sitting down having something to eat. Fucking, it's like a mad family unit sort of thing. Know what I mean? And it's just,
I think it's probably the first time. His own, didn't he? He's doing the speech and all that.
Mate. Yeah, I like that guy. Got a lot of time for him. That's what makes it, you know. Like, I watched the very first Man on Fire. See the one before Denzel Washington?
Aye.
He was the Man on Fire. Took place in Italy, so it did. Sure be Joe Pesci's in there, I know, somewhere. But...
Oh, I've not seen that.
Oh, aye. You need to go far back in time there. But, aye. Yeah, he's good. Plus, he can play a mischievous character. Does the boy? You know what I mean? Go, are you bad or are you good? You've just got that nonchalant face and attitude about you.
Aye. Because it must have been the year after or the year before he played that rapey FBI, fucking head of the FBI in Silence of the Lambs, man. And again in that, he's a kind of, I don't think I like you. He's a good actor.
Aye. But it's not that, no. Obviously, but the two brothers, their dad dies, so you've got to assume that Axe kind of became the father figure to them. Know what I mean? Which I'm surmising made, like, turns out he was the pyromaniac, a bit more cutting to Steve. Know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. See his whole life, that boy. Oh, fuck's sake.
See when they go to the last fire, Stephen turns up and Brian's outside, and Stephen just says, "Is it Adcock's?" And Brian's like, "How did you know?" Because you were just on the boat rummaging through the fucking chemicals that I didn't bother to hide because I'm no the fucking guy that started the fires, you prick. But obviously the alarm goes out and you go to that last fire, and Stephen just turns around and looks at Adcock's, and kudos to Kurt Russell, it looks as if somebody's just ripped the final bit of his beating heart out, as if what else would garang. He looks fucked, man. He's just, I can't believe it what you've done. So aye. It's fairly cutting.
It's good, mate. It's good. Plus, like, the whole brotherhood thing leads me to possibly my favourite line in it. And I know it's kind of cheesy, but at the same time, it's no. Know what I mean? And it's the one, if you go, we all go. Know what I mean? And you're like that.
Aye. If only Sylvester Stallone said that at the start of Cliffhanger. Oh, I could have ended fucking years of trauma.
With that wee raccoon. Know what I mean?
Mate, that breaks my heart worse. The wee raccoon's eyes going, oh! Must have been around fucking heavy raccoon bright enough the way that belt snaps, not it?
Oh, aye. Oh, it's a shame that wee raccoon. Performed his own stunt that day. But aye. Have you got any favourite lines here?
Plenty. I mean, there's a couple of other cheesy ones. And at the very end, I kind of cringe a wee bit when Stephen's fatally wounded, but he's watching his brother in slow motion fighting the fire. Look at him! That's my brother, god damn it! Full of pride, dying like fuck, man. All that, get that to fuck. You go, we go, as you said. Firefighter, fuck. Donald, we talked about it. Shadow, when he's describing the fire, he says, it's a living thing, Brian. It breathes, it eats, and it hates. The only way to beat it is to think like it, to know that this flame will spread that way across the door and up across the ceiling, not because of the physics of flammable liquids, just because it wants to. Some guys on this job, the fire owns them, makes them fight it on its level, but the only way to truly kill it is to love it a little, just like Ronald. I'm like, oh. He knows his fire, that boy.
Oh, it's a deep burn.
I've got the big Ronald one and all, but I'm not going to read that out because it's very large.
I just like that bit. See, when he says to Brian, did it look at you? Know what I mean? And it's just that in your head going, what fucking looked at him? Know what I mean?
And see, as soon as he's asked him, before Brian gives me his answer, his eyes widen and go, it did. Do you know what I mean? He's seen it in his eyes that it did fucking look at him. But nobody's ever asked him that question before. And that's made his fucking day. He's, this is great. This is the best day ever. Get these covers off me. I need to touch myself. And then
it's very Silence of the Lambs.
It is, man. And then at the very start of the film, the same line is used at the very end of the film when Stephen says, who's your brother, Brian? You are Stephen. As if, don't forget it, you know what I mean? So it's said in Boyhood fucking at the start. And, like, right, I'm dying here. Don't forget I'm your brother, kind of thing. It's brilliant. There's a lot of better crack lines in it I never wrote down. I mean, you highlighted that big speech at the dinner table and all that. That was smashing, and it makes you feel like part of a family watching it.
Yep.
But great, mate. You got any other lines in it you might talk about?
No, mate. You covered most of them. But, you know what I mean? It's... Aye. I will mention, but see, like Kurt Russell's death. It's fucking horrible. Because there's blood coming out his eye. And I don't know.
That's never a good sign.
I've seen it. No, it's like you're bleeding for your eye, brother.
Not a lot of people survive that, you know what I mean? Aye, because he's fell, and although Adcox has fell further, his fuzz broken by the banister of a walkway, which has been so intense that the actual metal banister's fucking stabbed into a big chunk right out his fucking side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's horrible. That is.
Aye. But I was telling you, mate, Kurt Russell does die well. See in his films?
Oh.
He dies well. See the one, the fucking Poseidon remake?
Mate!
See drowning in that?
I thought I was going to have to top whatever you were going to say with that. That is... Oh, I like that film, right? A lot of people didn't. I like the original as well, but I like the remake. I thought it was pretty good. Aye, mate, you're right. I remember going like that, watching him going, I need more air in my lungs, man. Oh, it's fucking horrible, isn't it?
Aye, it's fucking, it's real. What they said, it's real.
Aye, I'm fucking so happy but shocked that you said that. I mean, my God, man, you and I, I tell you what, motherfucker.
Bye.
A couple of mentions before we plod on. I need to mention and all how annoying Tim's character is. He bugs the fucking life out of me because he's just so fucking delighted to be in the 17 and he's whooping and hollering and banging the shower wall. You know what I mean? You're like, fuck up, you wee dick, right? You know what I mean? Just
it does. I see when he's in the shower. He annoys me when he's in the shower because he's taking these big breaths for no reason, and I'm like, that's no way of behaving beside another naked guy in the shower. It's just going, the fireman. It's so great, man.
You know what he said to me? Right when the shit was coming hard.
Mate, that's fucking...
Mate, why have you got a hard on? And there's another 3 showers to your right there, right?
Aye.
Off you fuck.
Talk about soap on a rope.
Aye. Yeah, they could have pulled that fucking Doug into the shower. That Doug was a disgrace.
Aye, the fucking the firehound. He needs fucking bathed and shaved and everything.
Oh, aye.
Oh,
He's probably left this mortal coil long ago. You made the point about the plot, right? About how, for the most part, Axe's plan was working well. He was killing who he wanted to kill, and nobody else was getting hurt. So, in keeping the theme with Tim, the wanker, that's when it all changes, doesn't it?
aye. That's when I think even Axe kind of changes a bit. You know what I mean? That people are fucking. I'm not doing anything bad here because bad people are getting their due, but then obviously wee Tim gets fucking barbecued. So
Aye.
I think that's the turning point in it.
Because he knows the situation. They've got to the, and again, there's a 9/11 thing that clicked in me. They get off the elevator, and the black guy there, that's part of the team.
Aye.
He says these high rise gigs give me the creeps. I'm like, ah, fuck's sake, man! Just thought the Twin Towers right away. That's a me thing. But Axe knows by looking about. He says this has been contained somewhere else. This isn't the full. So when Bill says to him, "I'll take the lead," he's like, "No, I'll go. I'll take it." He's like, "No, just do your fucking job." He knows. Fuck, this fire's no done yet.
Exactly. And even then, it's like you just think again that part of the film, you're just like that going, "Oh look, fucking Axe doesn't trust Steve." Know what I mean? Doesn't trust him. Little do you know, he's a bastard. He's a bastard. He's been in there lighting fires.
Aye, and the unfortunate thing, the horrible thing actually, is in the aftermath. Obviously, Tim's been Freddy Krueger, right? And no half, by the way. That bit with his mask's all smashed, and there's flames inside it and all that. I thought that was fucking. Oh, that was well done. Everybody blames fucking Stephen for it.
Yep.
Know what I mean? Because he was on point to him. He did tell him just before it, and Tim didn't he listen? He was told just before it to check the door for heat, which is, I'm fucking saying was a rookie mistake. That was the first thing you would do.
Yep.
But he comes back, they're all just looking at him and giving him the evils and all that. It's horrible, man.
Aye. It's, again, mate, it's back to the old fucking feeling sorry for the Steve character. But Tim won't be missed. He'll not be missed. Anything else?
Quite good.
Anything else to add?
Aye. I mean, when Brian and Shadow go to Alderman's house because they realise he's next on the list, and they actually happen upon the perp just about to, well, he set the trap, but the fire's just about to go, and then they have their back and forth, and Axe, who you don't know it's Axe at that time, gets the back of his shooter burnt into the socket and all that, which eventually leads to the reveal. But deNiro gets blown off the stairs, and we talk a lot about how we quote movie lines fucking even to this day for years ago, and this is one of mine. Like, Robert De Niro's been blown onto the big spiky fence and gets skewered on it, and he says, "Hey, got a little problem here." And I say that from time to time in stupid situations, especially when I'm drunk. Hey, I've pissed myself. I got a little problem here, you know. So that's funny.
Aye. But as characters go in the film, mate, I'd say Shadow and Steve are my two favourites in it.
Aye.
And that might just be through the acting. You know what I mean?
It's got to be. I think, aye, De Niro, Russell, Sutherland all deliver fucking fabulous performances for what the day. Stephen's my favourite, probably because he's on it. More than the other two. But aye, you can't go wrong with picking one of the three.
Plus, he's a bit eye candy for you.
Oh, he's a striking fellow, especially in that uniform. Oh, I want to say, I know. Stephen's wife's played by Rebecca De Mornay. who is another actress who I think's a really, really good actress, but she gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies. Ever since, I think it was A Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Aye.
She's in that. And then there's another film, and I'm sure it's her. And I can't think, I might get the name wrong of this film, but it's about a woman that has 4 sons. I think they're called, is it called Mama's Boys? They're not her sons, but she's kidnapped them at a young age and raised them as her sons, and they go and do bad things at her, like, beck and call on her behalf.
Aye.
Do you know, have you seen it? Know what I'm talking about? No.
I don't know, it's starting to ring a bell because that bit he says that she's kidnapped them when they were young, sort of thing, rings a bell there.
I don't even think they know that, you know what I mean? But it turns out the 4 sons are trying to kidnap another boy, I think, another young boy, probably to bring into the brood. And she's very cold and calculating. She's sitting in the house just, come on now, Mama's boy. They're all theatre and all that. But, as again, I might get the name right, but she's always plays a dead, worth a watching, you hen. You know what I mean?
Again, probably a lovely woman. Bakes apple pies a lot. Lattice, they call that.
The lattice apple pie. Now you're talking. None of that solid covered up pish. I love a lattice. Don't get a lot of lattice apple pies anymore. I think you need to go for your strudel. You need to go for a strudel if you want a lattice.
Listen to us, right into
baking tips.
Aye.
I like you, mate. I just want to doffed my cap to the final act, which is tremendous. The roof collapsing, the lift shaft falling into the water, Stephen jumping into the lift shaft to turn the gas off, the standoff between him and Axe, which came to a peaceful end before an explosion and the shit hits the fan. And then there is a conscious decision by Brian, and I'm guessing Shadow and all, because he's no stupid, to withhold the information that they know who started the fires and blah, blah, so that the two of them get a hero send-off.
That's it. So, because that was like kind of another wee look at that. Stevie boy, he's been fucking guys of failure to trust with him, fucking wife's up to no good. Brother thinks he's a wanker. In fact, brother accused him of being the pyromaniac, know what I mean? And then in the end, he's like, nah, this dies with us, sort of thing. Know what I mean? Yeah, just like that. I get that shit back.
See, another thing, see, the retirement ball, the Stephen's fucking steaming. It's great, man. He plays a Stephen cunt. Superb. There's a woman that screams in this 3 times. It's amazing. First of all, Stephen grabs Jackson by the hair, which I've always loved, just before. A punch is coming your way, but I've got you by the hair. You don't know when it's coming. Fuck you. Puts him on his ass. And then everybody like fucking intervenes and all that. And Stephen gets back up, drunk, and goes for him again. That woman screams again. And then he gets held back. I'm all right, I'm all right, I'm all right. And he gets back again. And the woman screams again. And it's not that mad scream that we've talked about many a film. It's another scream. It's fucking, I laughed my head off at it, man.
Aye. I mean, I was killing myself laughing at it because it is. It's just like, all right, my bad. Me or you, fucking. Right, fucking.
Here you. Put my thumb in your eye, you bastard.
It's fucking brilliant, man. But comes down to the scoring of the film, mate. What are you getting out of 10?
It's an 8 out of 10 for me. So it is.
Oh.
Yeah, the 2 points deducted are for William Baldwin and his toe thongs. An 8. It's a very nostalgic, close to my heart movie. But some from outside looking in might think it fires, mate. You know what I mean? But I love it. 8 out of 10. What are you saying?
I'm just below you on the old 7. Just below you. Again, it's down to fucking Baldwin. Baldwin just fucking, I'm like that. Why are you there? Know what I mean? You've got to imagine, I know. See when that was no bad, that. You appeared there like a fucking quizmaster.
Welcome
Oh,
to
you
the
need
Crystal Maze.
Vincent Price's fucking voice and you'd have been golden. Aye. Aye, no fault it, mate. The special effects all still stone up. Everybody else's acting is on point. The story's good. No, I mean it's just really Baldwin, man, and it's just because he's central to the film, so he's there a lot.
It's too big
You know
a
what I
part
mean?
for too shit an actor in it.
Aye,
And Brad Pitt
it's
never lost out to it to this cunt. Do you know what I mean?
aye.
Brad Pitt went on to at the same time just make his little appearance in Thelma and Louise as the mad stoner that robs them. But
Aye.
I'd have much rather seen Brad Pitt or Keanu Reeves or Christian Slater or somebody of that ilk. But that's what it is. He's a
As it
wanker.
is.
He's done a lot
Yeah.
now, so I think yourselves lucky.
Aye, but aye, definitely. So what was that? Was that 17 out of the 20 there?
You having a laugh? 8 and 17. 2 sevens are
I
14.
just wanted to
Plus
get a reaction
1
off you.
is 15. You're a fucking liar. You're a thick,
I'm up.
thick bastard. You know? You're thick.
Um,
You're going home to scald yourself after this.
I'm no thick at all there, mate. That's what I done to you the other night there when you sent me that text message. Who's your brother? And I went, I know what he means, but I'm just going to
Aye.
say it anyway.
You're a wee bam up bastard. I've just noticed that you're at your right, my left. Wee Deadpool's there. Wee Funko Deadpool.
It's been there a while. Him and Wolverine there, you see.
Oh, there he is. There's the boys. How are we? Oh,
See.
smashing. Are
Aye.
you going to go back to see it?
Possibly. But I don't know. I might just let everybody else go see it. Know what I mean? Can I? But we'll see. Depends, because there will be other stuff coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've still not
Can I-
seen Twisters.
It's worth a watch, mate. I liked it. It wasn't amazing, as people say, but it's well worth a watch. Some of the trailers I want to ask you about before we go, is that all right? We've
Aye.
seen before Deadpool. We talked about Alien Prometheus, is it?
Romulus,
No.
I think.
Romulus, sorry. Prometheus was the first one, wasn't it? That looks smashing, doesn't it?
It does. It looks that good. I think it's going to be shit.
Aye.
No. Have you got it's doing that thing. There's how many trailers for it?
Mm,
6 or something now.
aye.
Come on.
As I say, my big fear is the age of the cast.
Mm.
I can't remember seeing a kind of veteran in it. You know what I mean? A veteran of the trade.
Yeah.
They all seem like young, new upstarts, which is bold strategy for such what should be a defining movie in a trilogy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So I will see. We'll see, but it looks good. But things can be deceiving.
And the other trailer that I remember, maybe you remember other ones, I just can't, but the other one I remembered was the third instalment of Venom.
Aye.
Now, the first two for me, I think they've been letdowns, man. Basically.
I'd have.
And I'm hoping, again, going in the back of the trailer that we saw, this one is going to be better. I don't think it can be much fucking worse, to be honest with you. It surely can. But again, have we seen the best bits in the trailer? Know what I mean?
That's it. It's just they took that character, they took the Venom character down one road, and I can see why they were doing it, trying to do the whole kind of anti-hero thing, but that's not the Venom I remember, mate. Venom would try to set about Spider-Man fucking nearly every week, you know what I mean? So
you know the comic scene better than I do, right? But I've never known Venom not to be a bastard. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've never heard him teaming up or being an ally for a good cause of it in history. So it's just weird.
Well, they kind of done it in comics where they used them as like an agent for the government sort of thing. But I'm not sure. I can't remember if it was Eddie Brock or it was Flash Thompson that was using the Venom. You know what I mean? So, but he was becoming Agent Venom and then they've gone and doing these missions and all that shit. But I don't know if that's the road they kind of went down. But I know there is Venom comics where he is the way he is. But again, Venom and Spider-Man no bump into one another. Just doesn't seem right. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. And
But-
I like Tom Hardy, but I just, for some reason, I don't think this role strongly fits him. I like him in the more recent what we've seen, Bike Riders, that kind of character, and the one he was in before that with Shia LaBeouf, well, the Moonshiners, Wallace and all that.
Lawless.
That's a smashing film, man.
It's a bra film, that. A bra film.
I've never hated a guy so much in my life than that guy without the eyebrows. What's his name again? It was Matt.
Could be on a list.
Well, let's see.
Well, speaking of lists, it's your turn to pick a number, sir.
Welcome to the list. We're gonna pick the list. Right, what have I picked? What numbers are away?
2. That was it. The number 2.
I thought the fucking Warriors was on your list.
Aye, but obviously I took it out.
Right, so that must have been a number and all. Or have you replaced it with something else?
I replaced it with something else there.
Cheeky bastard. I'm not replacing
Aye,
ones,
'cause
I'm not replacing doublers. I'm just, well, I'm not doing that, you fucking do that, don't you? Right, so 2 is away.
No. This is the third series, the third episode, yes.
Yes.
So I picked one of your films, which was The Warriors. Then you picked one of mine, which was Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Then I picked one of yours, which was Backdraft. So now it's back to me.
I am picking, I know, but surely the 2As have 2 missing for the Warriors and Fury because they were on both of our lists.
Aye, but when I scrubbed, see when I picked the Warriors, I scrubbed that off and put another one in. So
right, I'm not doing that. But as long as it's established, when mine's is done, it's done. Right, so we've been picking kind of low, haven't we? So let me go very high. I'm wondering whether to pick top of the shop because that'll be the last film you've thought of. Which is usually a behemoth. But I'll go down the line a wee tad and I will pick just a number in it. It shouldn't be this hard. 42.
42. It's a good gin. It's a good gin tea. As planes, trains, and automobiles.
Oh.
So there you go.
Oh. That's a smashing giggle fest of a movie, that.
Oh, aye, can't beat that film, mate. Prime John Candy and Mr. Stevie there. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Still don't know how that motor drove after what happened to it.
Oh, that's a fun favourite. It's a fun favourite of mine, that.
Aye, I'll need to write that down because it's not a doubler for me, so I'll need to, because I'll forget that with my shit I've got happening this week. Planes, trains, yada yada yada. So there you go, folks. That's what we will be doing next time around. As we record this, it's Monday, the 29th, isn't it? And this will be out on Friday, which I can't think about date Friday is anyway. But it will be out on Friday at about 7 a.m. in the morning. And we hope you join us, and hope you like it, and hope you subscribe, and we hope you comment, and let us know what you think on it. But aye.
It was nice speaking in your ear holes again.
Always is. Always is.
And remember, Backdraft got a 17 out of 20. Hey!
Who's your math teacher, Brian? You are, Stephen.
It was deliberate. It was deliberate.
Aye.
Just to see your face, because I love it. See when you say something and you go.
How very dare you?
It's always the wee heat turn. You go, you for fucking serious?
Aye.
No.
Wrap it up.
Aye. Well, again, thanks everybody for listening, liking, sharing, telling people. Remember, if you can spread the word, we'll be very grateful, because that is how we grow. If you see us on any socials and all that, send a wee message, send a wee like, and Craig will answer you. I'll answer you. Know what I mean? So, until
Spread
next time.
Aye. Spread the word like a $5 hooker spreads her fucking legs every night.
Aye, go and watch the film. If you've not seen the film, you'll enjoy it. Know what I mean? You might think different things than we think. So, if that's the case, let us know.
Aye, definitely.
But that's enough for me.
And it's enough for me. Cheery bye.
Cheery bye.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.